Hubble's Tuning Fork by Garrett Mason, Stars and Galaxies, 1403-1103. Edwin Hubble, born on November 20th, 1889, died September 28, 1953. The scientist who received his Bachelor's of Science degree from the University of Chicago in 1910. In 1926, Edwin Hubble wanted to create a classification system for the galaxy. He created the Hubble Tuning Fork, which is used to classify and identify the galaxy. That tuning fork is split into three main galaxies: elliptical, lenticular, and spiral galaxies. Hubble's tuning fork is named after a tuning fork for the obvious reason, because it looks just like a tuning fork. The galaxies are classified based on their size and shape. Some galaxies were difficult for Hubble to classify because of their size and shape, so they are inside of the other galaxies. The nomenclature system is used today, but the original concept used was later found to be overcomplicated. Hubble's classification system and his tuning fork are outdated. However, scientists still use his classification system today, but they call them the early galaxies and the late galaxies. Elliptical galaxies are red or yellow because they contain mostly older stars, and because of that, they have little amounts of dust and gas. About 50% of spiral galaxies are bared. The shape of a spiral and elliptical bulge is based upon the velocity of each star along each of their own individual axes. A elliptical galaxy, this is an example of one. The elliptical galaxies are the most common type of galaxies found in the universe. Elliptical galaxies are a round shape, almost like a stretched circle, as you can see here. It's almost like a stretched round circle here. It has a ellipsoidal shape. Elliptical galaxies are not supported by rotation. Lenticular galaxies are another of the three classifications of the tuning fork. And on the right here is an example of a lenticular galaxy. Lenticular galaxies have a shape of a lens. They are on the fork of the Hubble tuning fork, and in a couple of slides from now, I'll show you a blown up version of the tuning fork. Lenticular galaxies are very similar to both spiral and elliptical galaxies. The third and final classification and type of galaxy on the tuning fork are a spiral galaxy. Spiral galaxies consist of collections of stars and gas that are made up of hot young stars. One of the most widely known galaxies, the Milky Way, is a spiral galaxy, and this is the example that I've put. Nearly 72% of the galaxies are made up of spiral galaxies. Spiral galaxies are thought to form into elliptical galaxies as they get older. And just to re-show you what an elliptical galaxy is, this is it. It's the stretched out circle galaxy. There are different types of classifications of each of the galaxies. The elliptical galaxies are classified from E0 to E7, and their numbers 0 to 7 indicate their ellipticity. Lenticular galaxies have the classification numbers of S0 to SB0. And spiral galaxies are classified from SA, SBA, SB, S capital B lowercase b, or SC to SBC, and their classification is based on the tightness of the spiral it has. All three types of galaxies are classified by combinations of different letters and numbers, and each of them have their own meaning for different types of the way that they're classified. So here is the example of the Hubble's tuning fork. As you can see, it looks just like a tuning fork. And these are the ellipticals: E0, E3, E5, E7. These are the spiral galaxies: SA, SB, and SC. And then these are the lenticular galaxies: SBA, the uppercase b, lowercase b, and then the SBC. In summary, this space is so vast and has so many things that we have discovered. We have learned so much, but there is so much more that we have yet to discover and explore. The galaxy is an amazing and unfathomable thing that God created. It's amazing that we see so many stars at night, and yet there are still so many others that we still can't see. Hundreds of billions and billions of stars and planets that God created, each and every one of them He placed in the sky for us to look at in awe and wonder.